Citicoline used to sound like a medicine cabinet word. Now it appears on supplement labels everywhere. How did a regulated pharmaceutical compound become a recognized food ingredient? To understand why it appears on so many labels, start with the name. Citicoline is the international non-proprietary name for cytidine diphosphocholene, usually shortened to CDP-choline. And that same ingredient is sold in two commercial forms, sodium salt and inner salt. That is why Citicoline can look slightly different from one product label or research paper to the next. And those different label names describe an ingredient with a much longer history. Citicoline was first identified in the 1950s, then synthesized in 1956. That early chemistry did not go straight to the supplement aisle. By the 1970s, medicines containing Citicoline were being marketed by prescription in Europe and Japan. But prescription use in Europe and Japan was only part of the story. In 2009, Citicoline's inner salt form was self-affirmed as generally recognized as safe, or GRAS, in the United States. That US milestone was followed by a European route to market. In 2014, the European Commission authorized Citicoline as a novel food ingredient, allowing it to be legally placed on the EU market. That EU authorization was specific. It allowed Citicoline in food supplements for middle-aged and elderly adults at up to 500 milligrams per day. And it went further for foods for special medical purposes, allowing up to 250 milligrams per serving and up to 1,000 milligrams a day from those foods. Beyond those daily limits, the European Food Safety Authority, or EFSA, concluded that Citicoline was sufficiently characterized and safe at the proposed use levels. And that characterization was precise. The EU decision describes Citicoline as a white crystalline powder with high purity, not simply a broad choline ingredient. But that precise white powder did not arrive in US products overnight. Kaya Oaxaco has marketed Cognizant-registered trademark Citicoline as a dietary supplement ingredient in the United States since the early 1980s, and today, that long history shows up in capsules, powders, beverages, and other finished products, sometimes labeled Cognizant-registered trademark and sometimes simply listed as Citicoline. So even when finished products simply say Citicoline, the ingredient listing may instead read CDP-choline or Cognizant-registered trademark Citicoline, depending on the brand and market. And that branded name often carries extra supplier language, describing the form as patented or clinically studied within a branded ingredient portfolio. But behind that supplier language is the bigger story. Citicoline is not a new label trend. It is a long-established ingredient that moved from prescription use into regulated food and supplement markets, a familiar name with a documented history.